Hey everybody, yep, this is the Tealight challenge, so thank you Claire for making it out of the woods for setting this challenge. Hope everybody else does great. I enjoyed this one. It was really difficult, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so this time I'm taking on a bit of a challenge from Claire making it out of the woods. I'll put a link up there so you guys can see it. She's made a challenge for us YouTubers. I know there's a big one going off around the world as well, cross-channel YouTube thing. Challenge. So Claire's made her own one up and asked if I'll join in. I'm late to the party as usual. Sorry. And this one is to make a candle holder. So me being me, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I want to make not one, not two, sorry, but three. So I've made myself a little centre to mount this chunk of sapele to. It's all going to be out of sapele because I've got loads of it, off-cut bits and bobs that I can make out of. It turns out I'm going to have to waste a lot of wood to make this because what I wanted to make was a itsy bitsy tiny little thing, and now it's gone massive, as usual for me. So here's the Here's the bit of sapele that I'm going to be chopping up, and you guys might be able to see on there is what I want to do with it. So as you can see, to get the most out of it, I don't want to leave it square. No, I'm not building 4, I'm building 3. So I want to make it triangular, rounded corners, and then I'm going to sweep the underneath of it if I can, not with a brush, with a gouge. I found the centre, I've marked it all out what I want to do. I don't think you guys can see it really, but that's what I want to do. I'm going to mount my centre block on the face of it there because this thing's too thin for me to mount it to the lathe as it is because I'll lose too much. Candles can cause fires. Well, yeah, you're putting it on fire to light it? Of course it can cause a fire. Never leave burning candles unattended. Well, yes, don't leave them at home unattended. I've told you, I'm safe now. Right, let's get cracking on this experiment. Never made anything like this before, so if it goes wrong, oh well, it's only wood. Had a lot of time. That went quite well for this blade. This blade's a ripping blade, so it does nice and straight lines, but it won't go around corners. Right, rip down the other bits. Lovely. Same cut. Obviously I've got a fair bit to work off, but that's fine, I don't mind using my lathe. Much more fun than using that bloody thing. I don't know why my bandsaw doesn't track perfectly straight. Oh, sorry. I don't know why my bandsaw doesn't track straight either. If I use the guide, it starts pulling off. That blade pulls this way all the time. It's almost like everything needs twisting. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not great with bandsaws. I've not played with them enough. And I need to learn, really. Right, over to the lathe. There you go. I've got the bit of wood mounted up on the lathe. Spins okay. Everything's loose. I'll make sure that grub screw is nice and tight. Oh yeah, it is tight, yeah. I like to make sure that that grub screw is nice and tight. Yep, definitely tight. Well, let's check it for spinning. Just get my head well back. On the other side of the lathe over here, so I'm safe. I'm going to start on 500, ready to run. Yep. No vibration, no wobbling at 500. It's up at 900. 1000 RPM. Okay, that's cool. Face shield on, and let's get cracking. Out comes Bertha. She's got a big old tool. Dovetailed on there. I think it's time to get that chucked in there now. I think would be the wisest idea for a minute. Just pull that out the way. It's gonna sit kind of thing like that. It's gonna be a lot thinner than that though. Oh yeah, that's tight. Okay, remove the tailstock. Turn it the right way, you idiot. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Right, so we're getting there, we're hollowing out. I made a big mistake. I should have done the hollowing bit before taking all the weight off the back, I think, because it's vibrating. So I'm going to have to put it all the way up to 1200 RPM. Because of that. I mean, the downside is I'm going to have a point at the bottom, but a little dint, but you know what, that's, I can live with that. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, you guys can see what the idea is.
That was really cool.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I like the that bit. It's like a minstrel.
The little spaceship.
No, not minstrel. The revel. Revel.
Revels.
Revel candle holder.
The Revel candle holder. Yeah, it was relatively
That's cool.
same size there. I just got to get that down to the same size. Then it's going to come back up to that, be similar to that. And then that is where it's getting glued in. So it has to stay that thickness. Yeah? There's not a lot to do. I've done all the inside of there. It's all,
Yeah, I can see.
yeah, it's all polished up. And because I need to use the tailstop
Yeah.
for support so that it doesn't vibrate and shake all over the place.
Yeah.
So it took a lot longer to hollow that out though than I expected.
Did you say it was going to be a slow but steady job?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's cool though. I like it.
It's nearly one done. Nearly. Right, so take the rest out of the way because it's sanding time. And it'll be very, 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 very gentle sanding time. Right, so it's sanding time. I just got to get an extractor set up. And then I'm going to do it with the 120 grit all the way up to 800 grit. You guys are going to see the 120 and see the 800. Cool, let's crack on. Nope, not going to crack on. The lathe don't want to start. Oh, yeah, it's working out. Bloody thing. Right. Lovely noise. Right. Extractor on. brittle, I don't think. Hopefully. I've just gone over this edge as well because this edge was really razor sharp after all that sanding, so just sorted that edge out as well. And now I'm going to cellulose sanding sealer, thin version obviously, and then Yorkshire grit, and then microcrystalline wax it, and then I've got 2 more to make after that to go with the trio, or to make it into a trio, should I say. And yeah, then I've got to make the base. So I'm not going to bother showing you guys how I made the other 2, because it's just the same as this but smaller, because I'm making them slightly smaller, so there's just not really any point in showing you all that, but I'll show you all of it on this one, and then I don't need to show you all of it on the next ones. So now it's time for the Yorkshire grit. Put that one on. It'll be easy if you guys see. Again, a bit of tissue. Then a Yorkshire grit on. Cool. Right, so now I'm going to get my little bit of Scotch-Brite pad. This one here. A little bit more Yorkshire grit on it. How we turn her on. Oh, just brakes engaged. Yep, brakes ready to run now. About 450. Right, so done with that. I've got Yorkshire grit all over my fingers. Lovely. Right, we're at 500 RPM. Once I've got this bit done here, I'll speed it right up. Keep going over all this until I can get it all as shiny as that. So those bits done. So about 485 RPM now. And then we're going to use the microfine Yorkshire grit. It's really warm, I can feel that. It feels really warm, that does. Right, I think it's plenty on. 630 RPM. Good.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
Shiny, innit?
That's really cool.
Right, let's get some microcrystalline wax on it. That's it. Now we'll have to wait 20 minutes. Right there. That's been about 25-30 minutes, to be honest. Maybe a little bit longer. Let's get this polished up. It's 1200 RPM. Alright, another clean little bit. There we go. (2000 RPM). Cool. That's it, lovely and polished. All we've got to do is part it off now, very carefully. Get that out of it. Ooh. I didn't think it was going to be quite that wiggly. Oh God. Looking forward to parting this off. No, not anymore, I'm not. I've seen how soft it is. Cross your fingers, YouTube, because I don't know whether this is going to work or not. There we go, it's parted. Oh, not a lot left. I just need sanding off that little bit at the bottom there. Get rid of that out of the way. There we go. Well, it's going to stand that tall. That's quite tall, I suppose, for a candle. Yeah. Well, it feels lovely though. Super smooth. Probably not very bottom bit, but that very bottom bit's been glued in, so we can see it anyway. Cool. Right. So that's one of them done. And obviously there's going to be 2 more of those. There's no point in showing you guys the other 2 of those. See how shiny it is. Obviously in here, I know there's a little bit of marking around this very edge there. And there's also a dint in the middle, but there's going to be a glass dish sat in there. You're never going to see it. Glass dish and a candle sat in there. The bits that obviously is going to be seen, touched and all that sort of stuff is finished nice and shiny. Obviously the outside edge is finished really nice, but that inside edge there, with it having glass on, it's going to get scratched up and everything. So yeah, cool. Just get that bit sanded off with a sander, or just cut that a little bit off with a knife, to be honest. I'll bring you guys back when I do the base, and I've done the other 2. Hi guys, sorry about the noise in the background. That's the washing machine on the spin. My good lady likes doing the washing. So, right, can you see me? Face shield on, got my hood on, got my big fat boy jacket on. It's way too big for me, but it's fine. Right, let's see how fast newly sharpened Bertha can turn that to round. We're at 1044 RPM. Let's have it. Go. Done. That didn't take that long. Right, so I'm finally on to the base. I've done those 3 holders, candle holders. I'll put the face ring on the back. and glued a little block on there as well. So this one's really just experiment, really, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. I know I'm going to round these corners and this one, and obviously all 3 corners. I know I'm going to round them. I know I'm going to put a chucking point in the bottom here, and I know I want to hollow the bottom out. But depending on whether all these line up at the same, which I'm not sure they're going to, because I think I put the glue block on slightly wrong, because that's not spinning in the middle anymore. I wanted to make feet, so it would be a 3 foot, and then I've got another idea as well, but we'll see what happens, because it's going to be basically experiment and see what comes out of it, to be honest. We'll get 840 out of it, that's alright. Right, face shield going on then. Oh, okay, no. You're alright. Bloody things. Oh, there we go. So I used a bit of brains and put the lathe on backwards so I could actually see what I was doing. And that fits in there a treat like that. I'm not quite sure I'm going to get it back out, right? But yeah, that'll be the idea. So that should be free spinning, look. So the inside will be free spinning, the outside's obviously pressed in. And we're going to get back out. Use the knocking bar from the lathe. Oh yeah, look at that. Lovely. So it's just got a recess there. Obviously it's stepped in because I messed up. Then it has just a ledge on the inside, another recess down, just enough to get out of the way of the casing for the race there. You don't want to be rubbing on that rubber. So just enough for that metal race there, and then the inside one will sit on the whatever I make for the base. So to try and stop the wobble so much, I've got them right the way up to 1380. I've shaped the outside of the legs a little bit, and then I just need to hollow out the inside, and then it's ready to be flipped over. And I can't really see very well because I've got so much dust on my mask because I'm going fast. See if I've got rid of that tear out. Yeah, it's definitely the right way to do it with feet, is to cut into them. So I've got rid of most of it, a little bit there. Oh, I've still got a bit on that one. God, these feet are going to be thin. Okay, so I've still got a bit more to do. Right, now I'm happy with the underside. I've got to get it sanded up. A little bit of hand sanding on those feet. Sorry it's so noisy, but I've got to get straight to going. Now what I've got to do is hand sand. These pieces here, feet, which is a boring job, but it's got to be done by hand. And it takes absolutely ages, so I'm just going to do these sides now. I've got the palm sander for that. And you can see I've got a bit of work to do on them. Little Yorkshire gritted and microcrystalline waxed. I'm a little bit gutted. I mean, you can see how shiny it is across here. Across the feet and that. I am a little bit gutted because it just isn't as shiny as I wanted to get it. Obviously here is nice and shiny and lovely and smooth and everything, you know, it's perfect. I mean, it's all lovely and smooth, but it's just not as highly polished as what I normally get my pieces because I can't polish it whilst it's spinning. I can polish this bit to about here whilst it's spinning, and that's it. So it's been loads and loads and loads of going over it with like a buffing wheel for my drill, which doesn't really do the microcrystalline wax at all. I don't know what else to use, to be honest. I don't really want to risk anything else either because I could probably bugger the piece up. So there we go. Look at that. Fits in there awesome now. Right then. So you can see I just put a bit of the green tape across the top of that bearing because I just don't want the bearing getting filled up with dust whilst I'm turning this next bit. And I went a little bit overboard on the size of the mortise as well, which is a classic. Well done, Daniel. My little sharp gouge just to get this glue block off. Sorry, I said buttered yet. Right then, cool. So we've got it sanded up to 800, that is. I'm just going to sand and seal it. And all the usual Yorkshire grit, microcrystalline. I just finished the buffing of the microcrystalline wax. Have to go so careful out there. Flash is cool. Lovely. Let's get it off. Wipe the wipe the back of it, because the back of it will be dusty as. It's not horrendous. Oh, let's try a tissue off. So there we have it. There's a bit of tape in the middle. Its feet. I mean, that way it's, you know, it's shiny. Cool. Right, just got to drill those for the candles. Well, I do like it just sat down, but fun, isn't it? And the bearing does work underneath. How cool is that? So turn the rotator on. That's what I normally take my photos with. But if we don't want it that way around, we can do it the other way. Because of the bearings underneath. I'm not going to do it too fast because I will end up flicking it too hard and knocking all this lot off. Right, cool. This is for the Tealight challenge that Making It Out of the Woods Claire has made. Cross channel challenge, I think it is. Cool. Obviously, we should give him a blowtorch, Piddly. We should do it properly. We should light them, shouldn't we?
Light.
That was a bit extreme, but I didn't have anything else. Cool. So, I've made another one. I made 4 turn-ins actually, all in one go. So, there's a challenge, Claire, Making It Out of the Woods. Thanks for setting the challenge. I've enjoyed it. I have actually enjoyed it. It was to make something that holds tea lights, or the fake tea lights, so lights. But these are proper fire tea lights, as you've just seen on the video. Got a proper fire in the workshop. So yeah, they're really, really thin, as you can see. They came out okay, pretty good. It's just sapele, so it's something that I've got plenty of at the minute. So I needed it because these got wasted out a big block to make each one, and obviously they're so thin. But yeah, the base is a 3-footed base with a bearing in the bottom of it. And so it can rotate. If you don't fancy it that way around, it will rotate and you can have it that way around. So yeah, pretty cool. It's got glass dishes in the top that you can take out. So you can take them out, renew your candles or wash them, whatever, and then just dust this. It also protects the sapele and the wood from burning or getting too hot and cracking, because I've made them really quite thin as well. Yeah. First time I've ever made some was like this. The thin turning, I kind of like that. That's quite cool. The candle holders, I like that. The triangular base, didn't like that. That's a lot of hand sanding, a lot of work to make that. And then some stupid idiot came up with the idea of putting a bearing in the bottom of it so it span around. Yes, I shouldn't listen to my own brain sometimes. But okay, so this is the Tealight Challenge 2021, and Claire, Making It Out of the Woods, you're up there. Thanks for setting a challenge. Only a little bit late.